Good morning, this is Wednesday, the 10th of July. I'm Grady Wolf, market analyst with Bell Direct. Wall Street closed mixed across the major averages again on Tuesday, with the S&P 500 notching its 36th record close for the year, and the Nasdaq also posted a record close, but the Dow Jones ended the day lower. Tuesday's rally was due to investors welcoming dovish comments out of Fed Chair Jerome Powell at his semi-annual testimony on monetary policy. Powell said keeping interest rates elevated for too long risks economic downside through weakened economic activity and employment. The S&P 500 rose 0.07% on Tuesday to a record 5,576.98. The Nasdaq added 0.14% to close at a record 18,429.29, and the Dow Jones ended the day down 0.13%. Apple shares closed at a sixth consecutive record high on Tuesday of $228.68 a share, with shares in the tech giant up at 20.3% over the last month as investor optimism grows for the company's integration of AI into iPhones that was announced last month. Over in Europe, markets closed lower on Tuesday as political uncertainty in France and corporate updates in the region weighed on investor sentiment. The Stoxx 600 fell 0.99% as retail stocks led losses with a 1.65% decline, while Germany's DAX fell 1.28%, the French CAC lost 1.56%, and in the UK, the FTSE 100 ended the day down 0.66%. The French market was hit the hardest on Tuesday as investors continue to fear the implications of a hung parliament and potential period of prolonged political uncertainty following the left-wing New Popular Front winning the largest number of seats in the final round of voting, meaning a coalition government is now on the cards, which will make legislation and reforms harder to pass. Shares in drug maker Novo Nordisk fell 1.9% on Tuesday after an analysis by JAMA Internal Medical Journal. A medicine journal, indicated Eli Lilly's rival weight loss drug led to greater weight loss than Novo's Wegovy. Across the Asia markets on Tuesday, it was a green run led by Japan's Nikkei soaring 1.96%, while South Korea's Kospi index rose 0.34%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng climbed 0.1%, and China's CSI advanced 1.12%. Chinese EV giant BYD shares rose 3.11% on Tuesday after the company is set to invest $1 billion in Turkey to open a plant with annual capacity of 150,000 vehicles. The local market recovered from a recent sell-off to close 0.86% higher yesterday, driven by positive sentiment out of the US on Monday and Tuesday, with the S&P 500 and Nasdaq soaring to record highs. Every sector closed Tuesday's session locally in positive territory, led by telecom stocks as Telstra rose 2% on the announcement of price increases to key product lines. Bapcor shares rose 0.5% on Tuesday after the car parts seller rejected a $1.83 billion takeover from Bain Capital on the grounds of not representing fair value of the company. Westpac consumer confidence data for July declined 1.1% from a rise of 1.7% in June as investors assess the recent inflation reading above expectations and key inflation drivers remaining sticky, including house price index, wages growth, retail sales growth, and lower than expected unemployment rate. With a consensus feeling of higher for longer out of the RBA and the fact that Michelle Bullock didn't rule out a rate hike in the recent meeting, investors are bracing for prolonged cost of living pressures. Now, business confidence data for June, also out yesterday, showed a significant improvement in business sentiment though, with a rise to 4 points following a decline to -3 points in May, and well above economists' expectations for June, which was for a decline to -5 points. Business conditions data, on the other hand, fell 2 points to 4 index points for June, driven by declines in employment and profitability indices. On the commodities front this morning, oil is trading 0.9% lower at $81.60 a barrel. Gold is up 0.14% at $2,364.96 an ounce, and iron ore is down 1.16% at $110.02 a ton. One Aussie dollar is buying 67 US cents, 108.72 Japanese yen, 52.6 British pence, and 1 New Zealand dollar and 10 cents. Ahead of the midweek trading session here in Australia, the SPI futures are anticipating the ASX to open the day down 0.52%, despite records set on Wall Street overnight. And now let's dive into some trading ideas for your consideration this Wednesday. Bell Potter has increased the 12-month price target on Genesis Plus Group from $2.20 to $2.40 and maintain a buy rating on the mining and utilities service provider following a positive start to the new financial year. GMP has been awarded a major contract by Western Power for a term of 5 years and is expected to generate $50 million in its first year, as well as the Hoomlink project or Hoomlink East project construction being a major earnings catalyst catalyst for GMP over the coming financial years. And Trading Central has identified a bullish signal on Regis Healthcare following the formation of a pattern over a period of 12 days, which is roughly the same amount of time the share price may rise from the close of $4.28 to the range of $4.85 to $5, according to standard principles of technical analysis. And that's all we have time for this Wednesday. Have a wonderful day and happy investing.